So last week we were discussing from chapter 15, wherein by churning the two arms of Vena, the sages produced Prthu and Archi. Both of them appeared, who are expansion of Lord Vishnu as well as Mother Lakshmi. And the Brahmanas understood that these two personalities are not ordinary. They are showing the symptoms of Lord Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi. And they said that these are expansions of Lord Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi. Then, understanding that Lord Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi appeared in their partial manifestation, all the devatas were celebrating their appearance from the heavenly abodes. They were showering flowers, playing instruments, dancing, singing, and many other things. And unable to stop to celebrate Lord's appearance, Lord Brahma came down to earth along with all the other devatas. And having come here, the verse says here, Lord Brahma, Jagat Gurur Deva, Sahasrya Sureshwarai, Vinyasya Dakshine Haste, Drushta Chimna Gadapruta. Lord Brahma had come down along with thousands of devatas. Because if Lord Brahma comes, everyone will come. Because the head of the entire universe, everyone will come. And he saw the marks on the hands of Prthu. That marks which are there in Lord Vishnu. In the hands, he saw the marks of Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, something like that. Padayor Aravindamcha Tam Vai Mene Hare Kalam. And he also saw on the feet of Prthu and Archi the symbols that are there on the feet of Lord Vishnu. Then he understood that Yasya Pratihatam Chakram Amshasa Parameshtina. Lord Brahma concluded that this person is an Amsha of Lord Vishnu. So there are two words are used, Amsha and Harer Kalam. Is Hari's Kala, is Hari's Amsha. So Lord Brahma himself confirmed. So who will say no? Everyone will have to accept. Previously when Brahmana said, some people might have some doubt to accept or not. But now Lord Brahma himself said, so everyone will accept. And then Tasya Bhisheka Arabdo Brahmaner Brahma Vadibi Abhisheshanikani Asmai Ajahrur Sarvato Jana. Here it says that then being ordered by Lord Brahma, all the Brahmanas who are actually Brahmavadis, Brahmane Brahmavadibir. So many times Prabhupada writes in the purports, there are two categories of transcendentalists. Some of them are personalists, some of them are impersonalists. But in the impersonalists, again, there are two categories. Some of them are Brahmavadis, some of them are Mayavadis. So Brahmavadis do accept the form of the Lord. They do worship also when time comes, when there is a need of our. But Mayavadis will not accept the form of the Lord. They will never worship the form of the Lord. So many times in the Bhagavatam, if you see in the slokas clearly, there is a mention of Brahmavadis. Sukadeva Goswami, 4 Kumara, 67 emissions, they are all like Brahmavadis initially. But eventually, by the mercy of the Lord, they all became Narayana Para. Wonderful devotees. See here, all the Brahmanas assembled, they are all Brahmavadis in one sense. So they all performed Abhishek of Lord, not of course, Lord Vishnu who appeared in the form of King Prthu. So, for what purpose? In order to perform the Rajabhishek. This is not like normal bathing. Of course, the bathing is required because the birth happened. As soon as the children are born, the bathing is given. Janmashtami also there is bathing is given to the Lordship. So like that. So that Abhishek as well as the coronation also. So understanding that Lord Vishnu himself appeared in the lineage of Swayambhu Manu, people all around and people from all the 14 landscaps they have assembled there in order to witness the wonderful ceremony of appearance as well as that of coronation. So when somebody comes to home, they will not come empty-handed. They get gifts. So who all came there and what all the gifts they brought? Saris samudra girayo naga gava kaga mruga. Verse number 12. Kaga mruga द्यौक्षिति सर्वभूतानि समाजह्रुर upayanam. Someone can read the translation.
All the rivers, seas, hills, mountains, serpents, cows, birds, animals, heavenly planets, the earthly planet, and all other living entities collected various presentations according to their ability to offer the king.
See, all these people came. River personified, ocean personified, mountain personified, the leaders of the snakes, the leaders of the cows, the leaders of the birds, the leaders of the various variety of animals, and the personified form of sky, personified form of earth, and all the other variety of living entities. If not everyone, but the important people, prominent people in that respective category, they all came to the place where the ceremony is taking place, and they came with lot of gifts. Among them, what were the gifts brought by the most prominent people are mentioned. In the previous verse, it mentioned that Lord Brahma came with thousands of devatas, and now all the other lesser category living entities have come. So, who brought what kind of big gifts? That is mentioned in the rest of the chapter. Sobhishikto Maharaja Suvasa Swadvalankrita Patnyarchi Salakshnkritya Viraje Lankataya Vireje Agnir Ivapara.
Thus the great King Prthu, exclusively dressed with garments and ornaments, was coronated and placed on the throne. The king and his wife, Archie, who was also exclusively ornamented, appeared exactly like fire.
So bathing is done. Now they are nicely decorated and they sat there so that the coronation ceremony can be performed. So that is what is indicated. And both of them nicely decorated. They appear to be like bright fire. They are brightly shining. So then, though it is not mentioned, the coronation is also performed. Coronation is done. The bathing is done. They are decorated nicely. They sat on the throne. The coronation is done. The crown is kept on the head of Prthu. Now people are offering the gifts. Special about it. This is the common feature in the Bhagavatam. Whenever there is a special ceremony, gifts will be given. So in that way, that is there obviously. Even in our temple now, when devotees come, they get bogars, they get some gifts. That is there. Brahmotsav festival especially because that is Lord's appearance day in that sense. Janmashtami also.
No, I asked because the way you are kind of eagerly presenting it as if something great is coming now. So therefore
no, because Bhagavatam we see everywhere. Whoever come, they offer gifts. Yeah. And the host also will offer gifts in return to the Brahmanas and others. So this is like a common feature. You remember in NY we discussed. What are the 6 symptoms of loving exchanges among the devotees? Without that, there is no fun in life.
Yeah, actually.
So that is the main thing.
Apparently, we are not giving you anything, so that's
no, sad. Not to me, but in general. Tasmai jahara danado haimam veeravarasanam varuna shalila shravam atapatram shashiprabham.
The great sage continued, My dear Vidura, Kuvera presented the great king Prthu with a golden throne. The demigod Varuna presented him with an umbrella that constantly sprayed fine particles of water and was as brilliant as the moon.
Yeah. So there are 2 points, one from NOI, one from NOD. In the NOI, dadate pratigrihanati. It is the understanding is not just giving gifts and accepting gifts. Not like that. Giving gifts, understanding that what will be suitable for the person who is receiving. Not that we have this extra additional item in my home, so I will give, not like that. The item which will be given should be useful for the person who is going to receive, and it is the need for the person. Otherwise, there is no point in giving something which he can't use, which is not needed for him, which will be lying there like that. And on the other hand, the person who is receiving the gift should not receive the gift evaluating what is the value of this gift, how costly it is, not like that. Accept the gift with wholeheartedness, seeing the love and affection of the person who is giving the gift. So in that way, these points are mentioned by Bhakti Vinod Tagore in his commentary to this verse.
This was.
Dadati Pratigarnati verse. That verse. He writes like that. And especially now the person who is receiving is Vishnu himself. So NOD says that whatever best we have, we should offer it to Lord Vishnu. When it comes to offering Lord Vishnu, whatever best we have, that should be offered to him. So here the people are offering whatever best they can offer according to their capacity. At the same time, according to the person who is receiving it. So Kuvera is offering a golden throne. So Kuvera is the guardian of the wealth of the heavenly devatas. So he is offering a throne which is made up of gold. Varuna offered an umbrella as brilliant as the moon. Varuna is known for umbrellas. Even the Narakasura, when he defeated all the devatas, he stole umbrella from Varuna. Lord Krishna and Satyabhama goes and kills him and then takes the umbrella, and Aditi's Kundal or Kundal, I think. Aditi's Kundal and Indra, some other things, few other things. So Varuna is known for his umbrellas. That is a special umbrella. And then brilliant at the moon, flowing with water. The specialty of this umbrella is white in color, and within that umbrella there will be small droplets of water.
How is that?
That is heavenly umbrella. It is not our human-made umbrella. So it's like that.
Nice.
It is so special of this. And whoever stands in underneath this umbrella, they will be immediately. What we can say, if they are exhausted, they become relieved immediately. They becomes refreshed instantly. That is the specialty of this umbrella. So in that way. Vayuschavala vyajane dharma kirtimayim srujam indra kiritam utkrishtam dandam samyamanam yama.
The demigod of air, Vayu, presented King Prthu with 2 weeks chamaras of hair. The king of religion, Dharma, presented him with a flower garland which would expand his fame. The king of heaven, Indra, presented him with a valuable helmet, and the superintendent of death, Yamraja, presented him with a spectre with which to rule the world.
See, Vayu offered 2 chamaras. This is the regular phenomena. Every day, morning to evening, we perform chamara seva to the deities. So chamara is basically to provide very cool breezing wind. So Vayu, that is Vayu's duty. Dharma offered a garland of fame. Those people who follow Dharma, they become famous. So he offered a garland of fame, which will increase one's fame. And Indra offered an excellent crown. Indra is the king of the 3 planetary systems. So king means there should be crown. So Indra offered a crown of the same stature. So because Indra is the king of the Sargaloka, and Prthu is going to be the king of the Bhuloka, entire Bhuloka. So there should be equally valuable throne should be there. Throne was offered by Kuvera, crown is offered by Indra accordingly. And Yama offered a punishing rod. King matlab control. So he has given the controlling rod. This rod will punish. Just like Yamaraj punishes the sinful people by offering them death and taking them to hell and offering further punishments. So their king also given the punishing rod, Yamadanda, so that people will be afraid of punishment. So in that way.
Just one thing.
Little louder, though they will hear.
You mentioned that Indra is the controller of the 3 planetary systems. So when we say that, it is Bhu, Bhuvas, Swarga, or below, above also.
When you say Bhu means lower 7 also, but
Achha.
they don't accept.
They don't accept Indra's number.
Why? They will not accept. They are asuras. They are supposed to be under the control of the Sargaloka, but they don't accept. That's why they want to rage war against Indra again and again. आप क्यों मैं हम क्यों नहीं बाई बाई है ना इसलिए.
Okay, but beyond Swargaloka, this
no,
उसपे उनका कोई
no,
control
there is no rule. That is all placement for Brahmanas, all the mystic yogis. क्या अभी कुछ करने कुछ है नहीं उधर. So they are in the yoga nidra. I mean, not yoga nidra. They are in the mystic trance, samadhi. So what rule can be done on them? Not required. So they are beyond the purview of the king's rule. So in that.
Because generally when we say that Brahma divided this into 14 family system, and 3 is the basic, like, you know, upper, middle and lower. So Indra ka chalta hai middle or lower.
Upper. And they also don't have the day night division. Entire Brahma's day is their entire day. There is entire daytime. But just their only activity is to perform tapasya. They are all perfected jnanis, perfected yogis who are in Jivan Mukta platform or Samadhi platform. उसके ऊपर क्या राज करेंगे? King means governance for those people who fail to follow the rules and regulations. I mean, these are beyond rules. What is that? Atma Ramascha Munaya Nirganta Vivarkame. They are on that category people. So later on in one of the chapter, Putumara will 21st chapter. The Kshatriya rule is only for 3 category people. Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Kshatriyas can never control over Brahmanas. So if they cannot control over Brahmanas, what control they can have on the sages? Sages are much superior to the Brahmanas in that sense. So like that. Brahma, now Brahma is offering gifts. Brahma Brahmamayam Varma Bharati Haramuttamam Hari Sudarshanam Chakram Tatpatni Avyahrutam Sriyam.
Lord Brahma presented King Prthu with a protective garment made of spiritual knowledge. Bharati, Saraswati, the wife of Brahma, gave him a transcendental necklace. Lord Vishnu presented him with a Sudarshan disc, and Lord Vishnu's wife, the goddess of fortune, gave him imperishable opulences.
Just see, Lord Brahma, Mother Saraswati, Lord Vishnu, Mother Lakshmi, Lord Shiva, Mother Parvati. What kind of complementary gifts they offer? Lord Brahma is offering a armor made up of the Vedas, like Narayana Kavach. Later on 6th canto, we will read that Vishwarupa, son of Tashta, gives Narayana Kavach to Indra, with which he defeats all the Devatas, all the Asuras. So in Narayana Kavach is like the armor made up of the mantras. It is not a physical armor. It is a subtle armor made up of the mantras. It can also have a physical form, but more than the physical form, it is operating on mantra, the potency of mantra that is given by Brahma. And in order to decorate that armor and appear to make it appear very elegantly, Mother Saraswati gave a wonderful necklace, haram, on top of that armor. So now the entire armor becomes brilliant with the haram. So in that way. And Lord Vishnu offered Sudarshan Chakra, because Lord Vishnu is known for Chakra. And Mother Lakshmi offered imperishable wealth. Mother Lakshmi is known for wealth. So here wealth is there, opulence is there, and Chakra is there, matlab undefeatable power. There is no weapon can stand in front of Sudarshan Chakra. So indefeatable power. So in that way is powerful from both aspects, from the strength point of view, from the wealth point of view. People can become powerful either from wealth also or from strength also. So he is powerful both the points. So in that way. Now Lord Shiva. Dasha Chandramasim Rudra Shatachandram Tatambike Somo Amrutamayam Ashwam Tvashta Rupashrayam Ratam.
Lord Shiva presented him with a sword within a sheath marked with 10 moons, and his wife, the goddess Durga, presented him with a shield marked with 100 moons. The moon demigod presented him with horses made of nectar, and the demigod Vishwakarma presented him with a very beautiful chariot.
See now, Lord Shiva offered a sword with 10 moons on the sheath. That means the sheath itself is so bright like the 10 moons. Sheath means outer covering. Sword also as bright as that. So if you come with a sword which is so bright, other person will not see the sword only. Then what to speak of fighting with that? So something like that. And Mother Durga offered a shield with 100 moons. The shield appears to be like the brightness of 100 moons. You saw in the movies comes na? There's a shield, a circular shield is there, and sword is there. So both of them offered complementary weapons.
So with so many moons around, sword का जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगा. 100 moon की shine से shield से ही वो काम हो जाएगा.
You can baffle others, but in order to punish them or defeat them, you need to have sword also. So in that way. And then Soma offered horses of nectar. Soma is known for Somarasa. The food is provided to all the devatas by Soma only. Soma prepares nectar for 15 days during Shukla Paksha. And during Krishna Paksha, the devatas will all come to moon and they eat that Somarasa. That is their food. We also do same thing, na? We prepare in the kitchen for 1 hour and later on we go to dining hall and have food. But Soma prepares for 15 days during Shukla Paksha. And Krishna Paksha remaining 15 days. Devatas will drink the Somarasa for 14.5 days. Pitrus will drink for the remaining half day on the Amavasya. That's why Amavasya is favorable for the Pitrus. That is their lunchtime. That's why our family member, they say that if you want to offer anything to Pitrus, the deceased parents, offer it in Amavasya because that is their lunchtime. Other days they don't eat. So in that way. White horses. And one is they are white like the moon. The second one is horses made of nectar means what is the specialty of the nectar? Samudramanthan. Samudramanthan ka specialty.
Immortality almost.
Almost immortal. These are also like immortal. Long-lived horses. One is long-lived. Second is they never go through fatigue. They never go through aging. They are always youthful. Okay, they are always jubilant. They are always enthusiastic. They are always eager to go for fight. King means they should have that kind of horses. They cannot have ordinary horses. So in that way. And Vishwakarma offered a beautiful chariot. Just by horses you can't do much. You need to have a chariot also. So Vishwakarma, with the preparer of all the things for the devatas, he gave a chariot. So like that. Agnir ajagavam chapam suryo rashmimayam ishun bhupaduke yogamayo dyav pushpavalim anvaham.
The demigod of fire, Agni, presented him with a bow made of horns of goats and cows. The sun god presented him with arrow as brilliant as sunshine. The predominating deity of Purloka presented him with slippers full of mystic power. The demigods from outer space brought him presentation of flowers again and again.
So Agni offered a bow made up of goat and cow horn. Agni Dev's specialty is offering bows. Agni Dev only gave Gandhiva bow to Arjuna. Mahabharata. His specialty is to provide bow to everyone.
Not the chariot.
Also, but his specialty is in offering the bow. Even he gave Sudarshan Chakra also to Lord Krishna at the same time. So specifically the weapons.
Yes.
Agni is known for that special thing. And sun god offered the arrows made of the light rays. Just bow, no use. There should be arrows also. Sun god offered the arrows which will flow like the sun rays. Sun rays will go very fast. Sun से इधर आने के लिए 8 minutes लगता है. The arrows given by him also like very fast. They are very swift to go travel. So in that way. Earth offered shoes with magic power. Bhu paduke yoga mayo. All of us generally we walk on the earth, either travel on the vehicles. But Mother Earth is offering the shoes which can take one in the air, mystic travel. Or something like that. The sky offered a stream of flowers daily. Dev pushpa valim anvaham. So every day you will get new flower garland. So like that, every person offering whatever best they have unto Prthu Maharaj. Yoga Mayo means by putting on the shoes, one could go to any desired place immediately. By wearing those shoes, wearing here in Mumbai, we want to go to Himalayas, you can go Himalayas. Want to go there, here, there, like instantly one can go. It's like that. And next, Natyam Sugitam Vaditram Antardanam Chakechara Rushayas Chashisha Satya Samudra Sankamatmajam.
The demigods who always travel in outer space gave King Pruthu the arts to perform dramas, sing songs, play musical instruments, and disappear at his will. The great sages also offered him infallible blessings. The ocean offered him a conch shell produced from the ocean.
Yeah, here you see, those flying in the sky, Kecharas, offered drama, singing, music, and the power to disappear. Here Kechara stands for Bhuvarloka. Gandharvas, Ekshas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Siddhacharana, Vidyadhara, they all stay in the Gandhara, Bhuvarloka. And they offered whatever best they have. Drama, singing, dancing, music, the activity belonging to Gandharvas. And mystic power belonging to Siddhas. So they gave whatever best they have to King Prthu. The sages offered true blessings. The sages known to offer blessings, they don't have any physical items with them. Because they themselves are announced, they are into mystic trance. They offered auspicious blessings. Ocean offered a conch born of himself. Samudra offered the best conch. Because when the king want to go for battle, the first thing they need to blow the conch. So without that, war cannot begin. So like that.
So Gandharva stays in this planet for what?
Gandharva stays in Bhuvarloka.
We have heard so many times that in Swargaloka they sing in the glories of the Lord.
They stay in Bhuvarloka, but whenever there is a meeting in Swargaloka, they are invited to sing there. They go there and sing. They are singers and dancers, na? Gandharvas, they actually they stay in Bhuvarloka only. But whenever there is a meeting in Indraloka, they go there and they do the needful.
So we always consider this planetary system where the bhutas and pishachas are staying. It's not so. It is not.
Only in one portion they stay, not all, not the entire Bhuvarloka.
Okay.
Small area, Bhuta Preta Pishachas, Aksharakas are there. That is only maybe 10% we can say. 90% is occupied by other people. All wonderful people.
And still it is considered above the Bhuloka. So it's in one sense, gradation wise, it's higher than the Bhuloka.
Ah, yes. It is a place meant for the superhuman beings. Out of the 8 categories, 6 category people are staying in that Bhuvarloka.
6 categories.
6. Siddhas, Charanas, Vidyadharas, and Ekshas, Rakshasas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Bhuta Preta Pishachas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Pitrus, Sadhyas, they all stay in Bhuvarloka.
10-11 हो गए.
No, like 2-3 people in one group. Gandharvas, Apsaras one group, Siddhacharana, Vidyadharas one group, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas one group, Eksharasas one group, Bhuta Preta Pishachas one group, and Pitrus and Sadhyas one group, like that. They are all one category. Within them, again, there is a relation, but still they are all one group.
So you just now said 6 of 8.
6 of 8, yeah.
So who 2 are in?
One is the main devatas, consisting of 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, and 49 Marus, 49 Agni devatas, 2 Ashwini Kumaras. The main devatas, they stay in the Swargaloka. All Asuras, Daitya Danava, they stay in the Bilasvarga, 7 lower planetary systems.
So that division of 8, including the devatas, these 6, what you said, and the
Asuras.
And we are considered there?
Humans, Bhuloka.
Yeah, but we are not coming in those 8.
No. We are human beings. Human beings are different. They are superhuman beings.
So even Asuras you are counting as superhuman.
They are also powerful and they also mystic power they have. We don't have mystic powers. We are not powerful.
Okay, that's how the classification is.
Sindhava Parvata Nadyo Rata Vitir Mahatmana Sutota Magado Vandi Tamstotum Upastire.
The seas, mountains, and rivers gave him room to drive his chariot without impediments, and a Suta and a Magadha and a Vandi offered prayers and praises. They all presented themselves before him to perform their respective duties.
So now the most interesting thing is that the seas, mountains, and rivers gave paths for the chariot of the Prthu. Generally, for us to travel, we can travel on the surface of the earth. For us to travel through ocean, mountains, and rivers, it is difficult. But the rivers, mountains, and seas will give path as soon as Prthu comes. Just like river Yamuna gave path to
Krishna.
Vasudev, so that Vasudev can take the small child to the Gokul. So like that. So this is how they are all reciprocating to Prthu. This is how different people offered whatever best thing they can offer to Prthu. And then in their assembly, in that assembly, after all the gifts are offered, then there is some musical, that's not musical, this thing, this is a glorification session. The bards approach in order to praise Prthu. Sutas, Magadas, Vandis, they came forward and they began to glorify what Prthu is going to do in the future. In the first canto, we have seen that Brahmanas glorified the future activities of the Parikshit Maharaj. Yes?
Yeah.
That is Jata Karma ceremony. The forecast of the child who was born just now is predicted by reading the chart. Same way here, the Sutas, Magadas, and Mandis being inspired of the Brahmanas who are there. But that means Brahmanas already saw the birth chart. They already predicted what he is going to do. They told to Suta, Magadas, Mandis, so that they can present it in a singing way. Brahmanas can speak like the prose, like a words, but these people can sing in a wonderful way, in a nice musical entertainment kind of thing. So they came forward being inspired of the Brahmanas and they began to sing.
Also, there was, I don't know, I don't remember which canto it comes, but the Sagar Maharaj, that is the oceans,
Ninth canto.
gives land. Oh, it's in the ninth canto.
Sagar Maharaj gives land.
I mean, he earlier the whole planet was with, covered with water, and then he something like that.
No.
What is Sagar Maharaj's story?
No, Sagar Maharaj coming, he was one of the important kings in the line of Ikshwaku. Later on, Lord Rama appeared in the same dynasty. So because of Sagar Maharaj, eventually Ganga appeared. Sagar Maharaj's grandson, great grandson is Bhagirath Maharaj. So in that way, his specialty is that his mother, when she was pregnant, she was given poison so that she can be killed and the child can be killed. But when the poison was given, the great sages they did something because with which the child was born along with the poison. Sa Ghara. He appeared along with the poison. That's why he's called as Sagar Maharaj. His father was killed brutally and his mother was given poison so that the entire dynasty will be wiped out, thinking like that. But the sages saved her and eventually that she gave birth to a child along with the poison. Both came out together. That's why he was named as Sagara Maharaj. So he tolerated poison in the abdomen only and it came out. It's so powerful thing in that sense.
I don't know, somehow I remember I had heard this. So Sagar and Sagar. Sagar is one name for the ocean. So it was something like this. I had heard that he gave lands to the kings. Earlier it wasn't so.
No. Sagar Maharaj is a recent one. We are reading from Swayambhu Manvantara period. Tapse they are ruling. The entire Bhumandala they were ruling. What they need for the ocean to give land? It was only in the case of Parshuram. After killing all that kings from the line of Kartavi Rajuna, he became the wholesale ruler. But later on he gave it to Brahmanas. He gave everything to Brahmana. Then he said, I can't live in this land. By throwing his axe, he created some land on the ocean of the Serbian Sea, on the bank of that. He created a new land. There he started living. Parshuram. He created new land. Yes, he excavated land from ocean. But not other people. Any questions from
Hare
the
Krishna
devotees online?
Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
is that land still there in the Arabian Ocean, which Parshuram created?
The entire Konkan area, they say it is a land excavated by Parshuram only.
Okay.
The Konkan area
Konkan is joined to the